A massive winter storm is about to slam into 35 states, and if you live anywhere from the Mississippi Valley to the Northeast, you need to hear this right now, because what the models are showing this morning could mean the difference between you being ready or being caught completely off guard. Here is what I am going to do for you today. I am going to break down hour by hour, city by city, exactly when this storm hits, how bad it gets, and when it finally moves out. More than 70 cities, specific timing, no fluff, and stay with me to the 5-minute mark because that is where I am going to show you the pattern flip heading into March that could reshape the entire storm season. Nobody is talking about this yet, but you need to know now. Let me set the stage. Right now, a powerful Arctic high-pressure system is sliding down from Alaska into the northern plains. We are talking about temperatures crashing to 30 degrees below zero in parts of North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota this weekend. 30 below. Let that sink in. But here is the twist. At the exact same time, just a few hundred miles south in Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, temperatures are pushing close to 80 and 90 degrees. That is over a 100-degree temperature difference across just a few states. And when you get a clash like that, the atmosphere does not stay quiet. It explodes. So what happens next? Moisture-rich energy from the Pacific is going to ride up and over that cold dome sitting on the surface. Then warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico joins the party from the south, and these two forces collide right over the middle of the country. This is what meteorologists call an overrunning event. And if that sounds familiar, it should. This exact setup caused the major ice storm back in January. This one does not look quite as intense. But somebody out there is going to get hammered. We just need to figure out who. Let me walk you through the timing. This is where it gets real. Sunday afternoon. The storm fires up first over the Central Plains. Des Moines, you are in the crosshairs. Omaha, Lincoln, Sioux City, you are right there too. Snow begins breaking out across Iowa, northern Missouri, and parts of Nebraska. St. Louis starts seeing a wintry mix. Kansas City, you are on the southern edge where snow could flip to sleet and freezing rain. By Sunday evening, heavy snow bands push into southern Iowa and northern Illinois. Now here is what nobody is telling you. There is a narrow corridor from central Kansas through Missouri into Kentucky where this storm could produce dangerous freezing rain and sleet instead of snow. If you are in Topeka, Wichita, Springfield, Missouri, Lexington, Kentucky, pay close attention. That ice line could shift north or south by a couple hundred miles, and a quarter inch of ice on the roads is a completely different beast than 4 inches of snow. Monday morning. This is when the storm goes big. The snow and ice push hard into the Ohio Valley and the Mid-Atlantic. Indianapolis, you are looking at potentially 3 to 6 inches of snow. Columbus, same range. Cincinnati, you are right on that rain-snow line, so you could get snow, sleet, or freezing rain depending on exactly where that boundary sets up. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, you are solidly in the snow zone. 4 to 6 inches is a real possibility, and I need you to hear this. Chicago, Milwaukee, Lansing, Green Bay, La Crosse, Grand Rapids, Detroit, you are all on the northern edge of this system. You could see 2 to 4 inches, maybe more, if the storm tracks a little further north than currently expected. Monday afternoon into Monday night, the storm reaches the northeast, and this is where things get interesting. Philadelphia, you are looking at potentially 5 inches. New York City, same ballpark, maybe a little more if the heaviest bands line up right over you. But wait, the models are not agreeing here. The GFS model, which nailed the last nor'easter when the European model said nothing was going to happen, the GFS is showing a much bigger storm, heavier snow totals, a wider footprint. Meanwhile, some of the artificial intelligence models are showing a more suppressed system with less snow for the big cities. So right now, the honest answer is somewhere in between. But lean a little closer to the European model for now. That puts moderate snow from the Ohio Valley through the Northeast with pockets of heavier amounts. Now do not skip this next part because here is where I deliver on that promise from the beginning. Tuesday into Wednesday. The storm makes its final push into New England. Boston, you just got hit by a historic blizzard. I do not think this one is going to be another blizzard, but you could easily see another 4 to 6 inches on top of what you already have. Providence, Hartford, Worcester, Springfield, Massachusetts, you are all in that zone. Portland, Maine, Burlington, Vermont, Concord, New Hampshire, the models are showing solid snow chances for all of you. and the down east coast of Maine could see some of the highest totals if the storm intensifies as it exits. Here is your full city breakdown so you know exactly what to expect. Des Moines, 4 to 6 inches starting Sunday afternoon. Chicago, 3 to 5 inches Sunday night through Monday. Milwaukee, 2 to 4 inches, same time frame. Minneapolis and St. Paul, 2 to 3 inches with the coldest air behind the storm. Green Bay, 2 to 4 inches. La Crosse, 3 to 5 inches. Lansing and Grand Rapids, 2 to 4 inches. Detroit, 2 to 4 inches. Indianapolis, 3 to 6 inches Monday. Columbus, 3 to 5 inches Monday. Cincinnati, a mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain Monday. Cleveland, 4 to 6 inches Monday. Pittsburgh, 4 to 6 inches Monday into Tuesday. St. Louis, 2 to 4 inches with ice concerns Sunday night. Kansas City, mainly an ice event Sunday into Monday. Topeka and Wichita, freezing rain and sleet Sunday. Springfield, Missouri, ice and snow mixed Sunday night. Lexington and Louisville, Kentucky, ice concerns Monday. Nashville, cold rain with a chance of a brief wintry mix. Charleston, West Virginia, 3 to 5 inches Monday into Tuesday. Richmond, Virginia, 1 to 3 inches Tuesday. Washington, D.C., 2 to 4 inches. Could see a quick burst of heavy snow Monday night. Baltimore, 2 to 4 inches. Philadelphia, 4 to 6 inches Monday night into Tuesday. New York City, 4 to 6 inches Tuesday. Newark and Jersey City, same. Trenton, 3 to 5 inches. Hartford, 4 to 6 inches Tuesday into Wednesday. Providence, 3 to 5 inches. Boston, 4 to 6 inches Tuesday into Wednesday. Worcester, 5 to 7 inches. Springfield, Massachusetts, 4 to 6 inches. Portland, Maine, 3 to 5 inches. Burlington, Vermont, 4 to 6 inches. Concord, New Hampshire, 4 to 6 inches. Albany, New York, 3 to 5 inches. Syracuse, 2 to 4 inches. Buffalo, 2 to 3 inches Lake Enhanced. Rochester, 2 to 4 inches. Scranton and Wilkes-Barre, 4 to 6 inches. Harrisburg, 3 to 5 inches. Allentown, 3 to 5 inches. Wilmington, Delaware, 3 to 5 inches. Dover, Delaware, 2 to 4 inches. Atlantic City, 2 to 4 inches. Norfolk, Virginia, 1 to 2 inches with a wintry mix. Now, here is the pattern flip I told you about. And this is the part that should grab your attention even more than the storm itself. After this Arctic blast pushes through next week, something dramatic happens. The entire eastern half of the country flips to well above average temperatures. We are talking about Kentucky, Tennessee, the Carolinas, Atlanta, Birmingham, Memphis, all running much above normal heading into mid-March. Minnesota, Detroit, New York City, all warming up significantly. And at the same time, cooler air starts pushing into the west. That pattern, warm and moist in the east, troughing in the west, is the classic setup for a very active, severe weather season. And here is what that means for you. Starting around the second week of March, we could see a sharp increase in thunderstorm activity across Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. The European ensemble models are already showing severe weather probabilities ticking up in that time frame. We are talking about the potential for tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds as the atmosphere becomes increasingly unstable with all that Gulf moisture surging north into the plains. So the winter storm next week might be one of the last big ones of the season, or it might just be the opening act for something bigger. Now I need your help. Drop a comment right now with the city or town where you live. I read every single one of them. And in tomorrow's video, I am going to give updated forecasts based on the latest model runs for as many of your locations as I can. The models update every 6 hours, and this storm is close enough now that every new run matters. And speaking of tomorrow, the models are hinting at another system developing right behind this one in the 8 to 10 day range. If that verifies, we could be looking at back-to-back winter storms for the eastern half of the country. I will have the first look at that in the next video. You do not want to miss it. One more thing before I go. If you are in any of the cities I just mentioned, this weekend is your window to prepare. Get your groceries now, charge your devices, make sure you have flashlights and batteries ready, because once the snow and ice start falling Sunday afternoon, you do not want to be the person fighting for the last bag of salt at the hardware store. Trust me on that one. Remember, drop your city in the comments. I will get back to you with the latest numbers as the models update. Stay safe out there. Make sure you share this with someone who needs to hear it, and I will see you in the